I'd like to call the Tuesday, July 1st, 2025 Papillion City Council meeting to order. Ms. Barata, would you please take the roll?
Sunday, Mumgard, Gaines, Glover, Fanslaw, Hoke, Stubbe, Ingberg.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. And do we have an affidavit of publication on file?
We do.
And a current copy of the Open Meetings Act is posted in the back of the council chambers. Ms. Powers, administrator's report, please.
Thank you. Just a reminder that the council retreat is July 9th at the fire station number 2 starting at 9 a.m. And along those lines, you should have received a copy of the 2025 National Community Survey report of results in your email this morning from me. And hard copies will be part of your retreat binders. And there's a lot to look through those documents, so I wanted to give that to you ahead of time. And as I'm sure you've noticed, we've wasted no time moving forward with the City Park project following the groundbreaking on June 23rd. And thank you to everyone that was able to make it. I know several of you council members were there, so thank you. The guaranteed max price, or GMP, with Mecco Henny is expected to be on the next agenda for consideration of your approval. Tony, Nancy, Carla, our purchasing agent, and myself have been working with our architects, Confluence, and our contractor, Mecco Henny, over the past week to finalize those numbers and our project scope. And after today's meeting, it does look like we'll be able to lock in prices in the GMP on the 15th for all the major components of the park project that you and the public are expecting. So that's great news. Prior to today, we weren't sure if we'd be able to get everything in there, so that's exciting. And the library is kicking off their library master plan with the selected firm, and if you recall, that's Clark and Enerson. One of the first steps is to conduct a community-wide survey, which they'll be doing here in July, starting in July. And it will be a multiple choice survey, and it'll be online. It'll take about 5 to 10 minutes. So I would ask you to encourage everyone you know to take that. We want to get as much feedback as we can on that. They can also go to the library and do it in person as well, but we will be posting on social media and try to get the word out to try to get that to as many people. And then in August, they'll also be holding a stakeholder focus groups, or several stakeholder focus groups, and you as council members will be invited to participate in those as well. And then we'll also have other groups with patrons, parents, youth, and others. So look forward to getting notification on that and trying to coordinate with your schedules on when we can hold those groups. And then in September, they'll have open house meetings with the public to get feedback and have them look at different master plan options. So more on that to come. And then city staff continues to work with developers and the sewer agency to find solutions to advancing infrastructure south of the Ridgeline. And Papillion, we still need to approve our member service agreement with the agency. So we're working on language to include in our agreement that allows for pioneering infrastructure and allows development with that. So the agency board met last Wednesday, and approved agreements that now make these new types of pioneering options available. So we're going to leverage that in our agreement. So you'll be seeing the member service agreement here shortly, here within the next month or two, to hopefully have that to have development south of the Ridgeline. And then just a reminder, City Hall and city facilities will be closed this coming Friday, July 4th for the holiday. So stay safe, everyone. Thanks.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda? Motion by Councilman Gaines. Second by Councilman Ingberg. Any proponents or opponents? Council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Next is item D1, ordinance 2062. An ordinance to approve a change of zone from R4 multifamily residential to R4 PUD2 multifamily residential with a specific planned unit development overlay for the property legally described as a replat of lots 310 to 407 inclusive and outlots G through I inclusive, Belterra, generally located on the southwest corner, South 114th Street in Schramm. The applicant is Felker Family Farms, LLC, Belterra Replat 1. Is there a council member to introduce? Introduced by Councilman Glover. Next is item F1, resolution R250134, a resolution to approve an application from Goose's Bar and Grill, 129 North Washington, to add an outdoor patio area to the premises for their Class C liquor license. Is there a motion to approve resolution R250134? Motion by Councilman Stube, second by Councilman Klug. Any proponents? I know the applicant's here. We've got a short meeting. You want to come up and give a brief commercial about what you're doing? What's that? Oh, Hoke, not Klug. I'm sorry. Come on up. Introduce yourself and let us know what you're doing. Welcome.
She's going to make fun of me, but one, I don't like public speaking, but I'm passionate, so bear with me. Retired veteran, 10 years Air Force, that's what brought me to Offutt. I had the opportunity to go to the Army. I like to joke and say they paid me more and let me fly helicopters. In reality, I got picked up on my second look. Got down to flight school, learned to fly Blackhawks, got stationed at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, where I ended up spending my entire time with the medevac 101st, 3 deployments to Afghanistan. Right around 300 missions total from stub toe up, crashed aircraft to being shot down to retiring in 17. My day job is now Microsoft. That said, I've had the opportunity to present what is now Goose's. We have the tagline of Bar and Grill. I like to say, are much more than that. We serve breakfast 7 days a week, the old Southern style that I grew up with out of Arkansas, where you get to come in, visit with your peers in the industry, and just sit back and relax and do business old school, like I've watched my grandparents do many times in their place. That said, we are a bar and grill. We do Southern style food mixed with culinary treats from all over the world that I picked up from my service. One of the reasons we're here is because I got the opportunity to present my idea, and it was chosen.
And then tonight's to expand out into the back.
Yes, sir. So I'm trying to keep it together, but we've put everything we have into what is Goose's, and this is going to help us get there.
Appreciate that.
Our next steps, just so you can be aware, is because I'm a planner. We're doing a rooftop bar at some point. I'm putting it out there so I can make it happen. That's going to take time, effort, and energy, but it's on my roadmap. The other part of this is we're doing Queue for a Cause. I'm starting to cook in the morning, and part of that is the proceeds of that are going to put on the barbecue competition in July 12th. Over at Warner Park, and I'm super happy to say that next year, based on planning and everything that I've talked with Michelle and them, we're going to host it at the new park shortly after y'all get it open. And right now, surprisingly, we have 33 teams signed up from all over the nation. We will have one of our teams will be selected as a draw for the Jack. So there's only one other competition in Nebraska, so now there are 2 opportunities for somebody to have a chance to go to the Jack in Tennessee. So that...
Yeah, appreciate what you're doing.
And I'm John King, by the way.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank y'all.
Is there any other proponents or opponents? Council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Thank you. Next is F2, Resolution R250135, a resolution to approve a final plat for the property legally described as a tract of land located in part of Tax Lot 1 in the west half of the northwest quarter of Section 2, Township 13 North, Range 11 east of the 6 p.m., Sarpy County, Nebraska, generally located southeast of South 156th Street and Sunburst Drive. Applicant is R&R Realty Group, R&R Commerce Park South Phase 5. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R250135? Motion by Councilman Gaines, second by Councilman Fanslow. Proponents, welcome.
Thank you. With me is Mike Homa, who is with R&R Realty Group, the owner group. My name is Pat Sullivan. I represent the owner group as well as the SID for that area. This is about as generic and boring a plat that you're going to approve this year, including the next item, which is a second amendment to the subdivision agreement. But we're here if you have any questions.
So boring, but it's the primary industrial area in all of Omaha and Lincoln, so not real boring.
I will mention with this addition, we're going to be at about 3.5% debt to value ratio. So it's a very efficient working product.
Appreciate that. Any other proponents or opponents? Council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Thanks for your continued investment, too. Item F3, Resolution R250136, a resolution to approve the Second Amendment to the R&R Commerce Park South Subdivision Agreement. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R250136? Motion by Councilman Ingberg. Second by Councilman Gaines. Proponents or opponents? Council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Thank you again. It's all the regular agenda items. I don't think any committees met in the last couple of weeks. Any comments from the floor? See none. Council comments. From the last couple of weeks, Mr. Sturzman and I, we attended the MAPPA Council Officials Quarterly Meeting. Nothing major out of that, just some general updates from what's going on in the area. We had an employee appreciation picnic. Mr. Mumgard, Mr. Ingberg attended that as well. Thank you for that. A number of us attended the groundbreaking for City Park. And I think the only real comment we seem to be getting about City Park is, why are the trees being cut down? So we're trying to do some education on that. Tony assessed them all. And you remember the storm damage we had a couple of years ago. Those tended to be ones that had damage, and they were probably going to be showing that evidence of that damage in the next few years anyway. So those are why those were targeted, and then we're going to be planning a bunch more. But that is a common question that comes up. The number of staff attended a leadership summit out at UNO with some speakers there. And then Sarpy County Metro Community College had their groundbreaking for the new campus at 50 and 370, and Michelle Andal represented us there. Then they had a neat event out at Sumter. It wasn't city-sponsored, but the Defense POWMIA Accounting Agency, which is a mission out at the base that works to identify missing in action. If they find a bone in Laos, they bring it here, and the forensics lab is here, and they're working on identification. And they have a convention of the families of the missing in action that they keep updated. And this year's was about the Vietnam War, and they had 300 people here. And they were out at the memorial, and it's the first time that convention's ever been held outside of Washington, D.C. So that was a pretty cool thing. And I want to thank the police department. They were meeting at one of the convention centers downtown Omaha, and they brought 5 busloads of people down to the convention center. So we worked with the other police agencies and got them a police escort. And then the fire department had the large flag out. So pretty cool event. So that was good for us. A couple of reminders. The community theater is putting on the annual event July 11th to the 20th. If you don't have your tickets for that, I think there's a couple of free nights, and then obviously you can buy tickets, which they would like. And then the city, I don't know if I updated this last time, we had a call with Moody's for our bond rating, and we did get news that we were, they reiterated our AA1 rating, which is the second highest bond rating you can get, so that was real good news. And then Ms. Powers mentioned the member service agreement and the wastewater agency. At the last wastewater agency, Gretna and Springfield both had their agreement on the agenda, and we had been working, and we had hoped that there would have been a common pioneering reimbursement policy that was brought forward, but there was not. And each member's kind of got a different policy, and so we're going to work on negotiating what our policy is. So that might open up some development that historically had been closed for development. So we'll see how that goes. I think that's all the regular agenda items. There's a motion to adjourn. Motion by Councilman Gaines, second by Councilman Glover. Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
We are adjourned.